Welcome students. Today we are going to see about the topic crop protection and management. In this video we are going to learn about the introduction about the crop protection, agricultural practices and the basic practices of crop protection. Introduction. Green plants make their own food using a process called photosynthesis. Animals and humans cannot make their own food. Thus, humans and animals are directly or indirectly depend on plants. The history of agriculture began thousands of years ago. Agriculture is the science and art of cultivating plants and livestock. What is agriculture? Agriculture is the art and science of growing plants and other crops and raising animals for food, other human needs or economic gain. Now let's see about agricultural practices. Agriculture has always been the backbone of our country's economy. In our country, the following three categories of crops are grown. First category, kharif crops, second one rabi crops and third one shade crop. Now let's see about kharif crops and some examples of kharif crops. The crops which are sown in the rainy season, that is from June to September, are called kharif crops. Some examples of kharif crops are paddy, soybean, maize, groundnut and cotton. Next, rabi crops. The crops grown in winter season, that is from October to March, are called rabi crops. Some examples of rabi crops are wheat, gram, bee and mustard. Next one, shade crops or summer crops. The crops which are grown in summer season are called shade crops. For example, watermelon, muskmelon and cucumber are some examples for shade crops. Now let's see about the classifications of crops. According to utility, crops are classified as food crops, fodder crops, fiber crops, oil crops and ornamental crops. Now let's see about some examples. Food crops. Examples of food crops are paddy and maize are cultivated for human consumption. Next one, fodder crops. For example, millets. These are useful for livestock consumption. Next one, fiber crops. Fiber crops example, cotton. These crops are used for textiles. Next one, oil crops. Oil crops are useful in a large scale for consumption or industrial uses. For example, groundnut. Next one, ornamental crops. These are utilized for landscape gardening. For example, croton plant. Next topic, basic practices of crop protection. Physical and mental skills are involved in this practice. Different activities in crop protection are plowing, sowing, applying fertilizers, harvesting and seed storage. The next topic is soil preparation. Soil preparation is the first step in the crop protection practice. The soil is the backbone of agriculture. Hence, it is essential to know about soil before farming. The loosened soil helps in the growth of earthworm and soil microbes. The soil is prepared by the following methods. The first method is plowing, leveling, and basal manuring. Now let's see about the methods of soil preparation. The first method of soil preparation is plowing. Plowing includes loosening and digging of soil. During plowing, the soil becomes loose and the nutrients in deep soil come to the top. There are two methods of plowing. One is for man plowing, then another one is for machine plowing. Let's see some agricultural implements. Some few important agricultural implements generally used in the field preparation. The first one is plow. A plow is a farm tool for loosening or turning the soil before sowing seed or planting. Plows were traditionally drawn by oxen and horses, but in modern farms are drawn by tractors. A plow may have a wooden iron or steel frame with a blade attached to cut loosen the soil. Next agricultural implement is hoe. A hoe is an ancient and agricultural hand tool used to shape soil, remove weeds, clear soil, and harvest root crops. Next agricultural implement is cultivator. Cultivators also kill weeds and dig up unwanted vegetation available in the field. The use of cultivator saves labor and time. Now let's see about the next method of soil preparation is leveling. Leveling of the field also helps in uniform distribution of water during irrigation. The next method of soil preparation is basal manuring. Manure is organic matter is used as organic fertilizer in agriculture. Most manure consists of animal feces. Other sources include compost and green manure. Manures contribute to the fertility of soil by adding organic matter and nutrients such as nitrogen that are utilized by bacteria, fungi and other organisms in the soil. Now let's see about the next step, sowing of seeds. What is sowing? The process of scattering seeds in the soil for growing the crop plants is called sowing. Various methods are followed for sowing the seeds. Sowing by hand, seed drill and dipping. The first method, sowing by hand. The scattering of seeds by hand is the simplest method of sowing seeds. This method is also called broadcasting. This is the most economical method of sowing seed. Next method is seed drill. This is a modern method of sowing seeds. It is a better and more efficient method than sowing by hand. It is usually done by attaching iron drills to a tractor. Seed drills ensure that the seeds are planted at equal intervals and at the correct depth in the soil. The next method is dipping. Dipping is the process of placing seeds in holes made in seed bed and covering them. Let's see about the third method, adding manure and fertilizer. What is manure and fertilizer? The substances which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients to enhance the growth of plants are called manure and fertilizer. Manure is an organic substance obtained from the decomposition of plants or animal wastes. The decomposed matter is used as organic manure. Next, fertilizer. Fertilizer is a substance which is added to the soil to improve plants' growth and yield. Fertilizers are composed mainly of urea, ammonium sulfate, superphosphate, potash are some examples of fertilizer. Thank you, students.